I, F20, have a roommate, M21, who moved out about 2 months ago. There's four of us total, and he left to go enlist in the Navy. His leave date is in 2 weeks, and he decided to come back for 2 nights with a text out of the blue asking for me to get him a parking pass, which wasn't a problem. I did have a slight issue, though, with the fact that he only texted two-thirds of us, and his excuse for not telling our other roommate was because she never responded to my text in September when I asked if X and Y could sleep over, which was an insanely strange excuse. The issue started when he texted me when he was 10 minutes away stating that his boyfriend was coming with him. I put in quotations because he doesn't have a good track record with men. I want to mention the fact that 1 week after we all moved in together, he invited someone over from Grindr in the middle of the night without telling anyone. He felt guilty and told us the next day. We were all very upset with his decision and felt like it was common sense to not bring people over without asking permission, especially strangers which we do not know, in the middle of the night. He never locked the door after he left either, which raised major concern, as there are 3 girls living here as well. After that night, our trust was broken and never fully healed. He wasn't the cleanest roommate either and relied on us for rides and would always give last-minute notice. Mind you, 2 of us are college students and have our own schedules. Even after explaining that we need at least a day's notice, he would continue to do the same and apologize for the last-minute notice and would try to make us feel guilty when he had to Uber for work and subtle text messages. It never changed until he left. We had a roommate rule that nobody was allowed to sleep over unless we knew the person. People were allowed to be here during the day, but sleepovers were a no for us. Also, in between the 2 months he's been gone, he texted my GF saying that he was going to come down to visit sometime to pick up some more of his stuff, but that he probably wouldn't spend the night due to how we feel about strangers in our home, as he would have to bring his BF because that's his only ride. This all alludes to yesterday. He shows up with his boyfriend after a 10-minute warning to me and comes in bearing hugs. I was the only one home and welcomed him with open arms, and we talked for a bit, catching up. In my mind, though, I was insanely frustrated and angry. How can someone be so dense and pretend this is perfectly okay, like he isn't disrespecting our boundaries? I talked with a mutual close friend, and she told me that he said that he has the legal right to do so, but that's not the problem here. It's the fact that he's disrespecting boundaries and rules that have been set in stone long before he left, and he comes back acting like they never existed simply because he hasn't been here for 2 months. I'm enraged at this point, trying to understand his thought process and what made him think this was acceptable in any way. He's not the brightest person and lacks a lot of common sense, but that's no excuse for his actions. Especially this time after already having many issues in the past already. I waited for my GF to come home and we talked to him, explaining how he's disrespecting rules that have been in place, and he is just barely is grasping the situation after trying to dumb it down for him to understand, yet he barely gets it. He gives a kind of half-ass apology and never fully explain his thought process behind it. In the middle of our conversation, his BF knocks on the door and says, "How long are you guys going to be talking to my boyfriend for?" in a deep voice, trying to sound intimidating. At this point, and about to lose it, because who is this stranger in MY apartment trying to butt into our private conversation that has nothing to do with him, but his boyfriend and his inability to communicate? M21 walks out of room and the boyfriend says, "Let's leave," and almost say, "Yes, please do," but I want to remain civil and finish our conversation. I'm completely done with this BF at this point. He made a nice first impression, but who are you to come somewhere where you don't know anyone and try to insert yourself? At this point, I'm fully enraged and want this random man out of my apartment. I tried being nice about it and just told him to not do this, and he said he wouldn't do it again, but there won't be an again as he's going to the Navy. I want him to learn his lesson now. I'm lost as to what to do now. I tried to explain myself, but still don't feel like he truly gets what happened and how it affects us. I want him out. Being nice has gotten me nowhere. He walks all over people and his only excuses are him not thinking things through, which is pathetic at his grown age. His main reasoning is that it's his apartment too, when that shouldn't even be a part of this discussion. If we were actually friends and he understood how he felt already, this would have never happened.